Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me on this channel, Adults ESL Online Learning. I'm Dr. Hernandez Smith. In this video, we are going to look at part 2, lesson A of the unit shopping. So I am clicking on part 2, I'm in part 2, and I could just go straight to the table of contents and click on part 2. We've done the Google Slides and we've watched the video. Now we're going to go into the modals. We're going to practice. This is lesson A, and I'm going to click on part 2 modals. I'm going to choose the correct answer. Number 1, I can't afford gas for my car. You could take the bus. You could use email instead. You could take the bus. Email is not a solution for this situation. Number 2, my credit card bills are too high. You could talk to a debt counselor. You could look at an online job site. I'm going to select you could talk to a debt counselor. This person will help advise us or advise me on how to stay within my budget and also how to pay off my debt. Number 3, I need a new job. You could look at an online job site. You could take the bus. You could look at an online job site. Number 4, my rent is too expensive. You could find a cheaper apartment. You could take the bus. You could find a cheaper apartment. And then click submit. If you have any questions about part 2 modals lesson A, you can always add it in the class comment section, like what does or what is a debt counselor? Something like you could put your question there and hit the post button, and there is a comment. Here is lesson B. Choose the correct answer. Here is lesson B. Choose the correct answer. Number 1, you should a new car. You should buy a new car. Number 2, how about take out a loan? How about taking out a loan? Number 3, you could use a credit card. You could using a credit card. Okay. Number 4, why don't you talk to a debt counselor? Why don't you talking to a debt counselor? Talk. Number 5, you should apply for a scholarship. You should applying for a scholarship. Apply. Number 6, how about look in the newspaper? How about looking in the newspaper? All of these look correct. Let's hit submit again. And if you wanted to add a comment, you can add your class comment here for section B. For lesson B, here's lesson C. Choose the correct answer. Lesson C, number 1, A, I don't have enough money at the end of each month. Do you have any advice? B, you could try to save a little month each year. You should try to save a little money each year. The key word is advice, should. Number 2, where do you suggest I buy a new camera? B, You could find one online or you could go to the mall. Just suggest. The key word is suggest. Could. Number 3, I don't know how to apply for college. Can you give me any advice? Advice? Should. You should talk to a counselor. Number 4, my tooth hurts. What should I do? You should go to the dentist. Number 5, can you suggest a good place to go on vacation? You could go to Hawaii or maybe Las Vegas. Number 6, I want to get a good grade on my test. What should I do? You should study hard this weekend. Should. Any questions? You can put your questions typed in this section and post when you're done. This is the homework. Look at the picture, complete the conversations, match them with the picture. Advertise online, bake a cake, cancel your credit cards, check the newspaper. 1A, what could I do for my wife's birthday? B, you could bake a cake. 2A, I want to save more money. Why don't you cancel your credit cards? C. Number 3, I want to buy a new car. Number 3, I want to buy a car. You could check the newspaper. And that's A. Number 4, I want to sell my sofa. You should advertise online. A. Now this is C. C. Let's look at section B. I complete the conversations and guess the problems. Number 1, I spend too much money on cell phone calls. You could get a cheaper calling plan. So the answer will be in B. Number 2, letter B, you could go to a thrift store. They have lots of different sizes and clothes and styles. I spend too much money on clothes. I spend too much money on clothes. B, you could go to a thrift store. They have lots of different sizes and styles. Okay, number 3, I spend too much money on B, you should find a cheaper apartment. Oh, I spend too much money on rent. You could find a cheaper apartment. Or number 4, I spend too much money on. You should compare food prices before you shop. I spend too much money on groceries. You should compare food prices before you shop. And then number 1, I spend too much money on, okay, letter C. What do you spend too much money on? Write 2 problems and 2 pieces of advice for yourself. I spend too much money on gas. I should ride my bike. Number 2, I spend too much money on utilities. I spend too much money on utilities. I should turn off the lights when I don't use them. And then here are any comments that you might have doing the homework or questions that you might have during the homework. Doing the homework, go ahead and type up your question or your comment and post it in this section. Well, that completes part 2. And I hope this video was helpful in giving you some extra practice. I'll see you in the next video where we will go over part 3. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.